the game can see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time.
It's Ron from ThaBoxingvoice. I'm here with Chris Algeri. How's it going?
Great, great. Enjoying these fights here at the Garden.
Now, I just got to get your immediate reaction. Mikey Spence.
You know, kind of went the way that I expected, you know. You got two great fighters fighting, but there's weight classes for a reason. You know, there's two weight classes between the guys. Although Spence didn't use the weight, you know, he boxed very, very smart. I think that people really underestimate Errol Spence's skill. He's not just a big, strong, athletic guy. Like he's a technician as well, and he showed that last night.
Now, with that being said, you know how critical people are. They see him, the boogeyman.
Right.
You know, stopped a lot of people. Smaller guy comes up, very technical fight. In that sense of him not being able to stop Mikey Garcia, was this anything damaging of his image, or it just showed that he's just a way better boxer than people expected, and it was just as devastating?
You know, I keep getting, hey, Robert, how you come? I can't believe you're all over the place.
All over. That's what I said. He's non-stop working.
No, I don't. I keep getting asked that question if the going the distance with Errol was damaging for Errol in any way. I don't think so. I think, especially because of the way Errol won. He used his boxing ability. He showed amazing defense. Showed great defense. He kept Mikey Garcia, who's an offensive machine, from landing less than 10 punches around. That's incredible. You know, so if you think about it like that, if you think about it from a pure boxing standpoint and what he was able to do with such a great fighter, even with the weight disparity, I feel like it's still a very impressive win.
Now, with that being said, would you say that Mikey, when he took these shots, strong shots, that other 147 fighters would have went down if that was the case?
It's hard to say. One thing that Mikey's really good at, and he's shown that for years, is his ability to roll with shots and not take the full brunt of the shots. Also, without getting hit with multiple punches at once in combinations. And he's a physically strong guy, you know. So him being able to load up and block and take those shots is different. That's, you know, trying to compare punching power is always a difficult thing to do. But I can't say that other guys would have made it or not.
So, you know, Mikey Garcia obviously took a great risk and a great challenge. Having his first loss, you know, psychologically, does that affect Mikey at all? Seeing that he took this very strong fight, that he has his first loss on his record?
That really depends on how on Mikey's more about his character than anything. You know, how he takes the loss, how he takes the experience. That's the thing of people to realize. A fight's not just on fight night. A fight is an experience. It's the entire build up to the fight. It's the training camp. It's the trials and tribulations day in and day out leading up to that event. That shapes your experience and where you go from there. So depending on how Mikey takes that whole experience, I think that we'll see that in these next couple fights.
After that fight, would you say Mikey and Spence's stock went up?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think they both did. I think Mikey, you know, he showed big balls by jumping up two weight classes and fighting, as you said, the boogeyman. And he went the distance and he gave a good account of himself. But now I think he goes back down to the weight class he belongs in. He goes back to work.
Oh yeah. And there's the last couple questions about you. Some people have been saying Maurice Hooker and you maybe be a possibility. Is that something that you want?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a world champion. You know, it's you know, there's talks of that, and yeah, I mean, any opportunity to fight for a world title is a dream for any fighter. So I've always the kind of guy who wants to fight the baddest guys around, which I always have. So, and there's a belt on the line, absolutely.
Now, last time I talked to you, you said you had some news.
Yeah.
The news hasn't broke.
I know, man. I know. Guys are making me a liar.
No. I understand it's business.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm excited. We're excited. We just want to know.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I can't wait till the quote unquote cat's out of the bag. But it's very, very soon. I know I said that last time.
Can you give me just like one little extra small?
It's gonna be in New York.
It's gonna be in New York.
It's gonna be in New York.
Oh, June?
Potentially.
Oh, okay. Well, I know something's coming up in June, so.
It's gonna be in New York.
All right.
But
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, my following question of overall, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
You obviously have great experience amongst those two.
Yeah.
Should Manny take that fight?
No.
Why not?
No, for a couple reasons. One, Manny Pacquiao is a legend and a great fighter, a guy I shared the ring with, and a guy that I have ultimate respect for because of fighting him. Not to mention everything else that he's done. At this stage of his career, you know, the 40-year-old champion that he is, and not taking anything away from where he is at in his career, It's a really tall task to fight such a young, hungry guy with the momentum that Spence has. But again, if Manny decides to take that fight, which I'm probably he will, he's a warrior. It's just more. That's another testament to him.
If Manny was in his prime, or even the time that fought you, would you say that he would beat that Spence, or it's just too
potentially?
Tough?
Yeah,
okay.
I honestly, you can't put anything past Manny Pacquiao. Like he is one of those guys, and you can't ever count him out. Because he's got intangibles that fighters of our generation have barely ever seen. So you can never count that man out.
Was Manny faster than Errol when you fought?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they're different. They're very different. Errol's speed is related to his technique. He's a very sharp puncher, technically very, very sound. And Manny's pretty much the opposite. His technique is not super sharp, but he's so fast and talented. So there's a lot of different ways to generate speed.
How would you relate the power between the two guys? Like,
I would say Manny's probably a little more shocking with his punching. He'll hit you with some punches that are surprising. Errol's like a thudding. He hits hard. He's a strong guy. He's a physically strong guy, and he throws a lot of punches. Errol's not a one-punch guy. He's a break you down, hit you with a lot of punches kind of guy. Where Manny can shock you with a single shot.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
So at that point, do you think Manny still has that shocking power at this age to maybe surprise
He hasn't
Spence?
shown the same speed recently. I was ringside for the fight with
Broner?
no, with Matisse.
Oh, Matisse, okay.
Matisse. And Manny showed a different style. He sat down in his punches a lot more. He stayed more in the pocket. He definitely didn't have the same in and out foot speed, but his power was there. Power doesn't really go away.
Okay.
But I think it's just different now. I think the Manny now is a different guy than he was.
And then my very last question, and I'll let you go enjoy the fights. If Manny Pacquiao happened to fight Spence and beat Errol Spence, would you rank him above Mayweather and when it comes to overall legacy?
I can't. Okay. I can't because he beat him. Floyd beat him. Like, listen, that's an incredible experience, incredible thing to do. But Floyd already beat Manny, and Floyd's undefeated. He's 50-0. You can't never take the O away from Floyd.
Do you think Floyd can come back and beat an Errol Spence or these guys at this age, or you just never know?
You never know, and it's really hard to say being out of the ring as long as he's been. Father time gets everybody.
Okay, awesome. Look, social media, Chris?
ChrisAlgeri.com and IG and all that.
We're going to be looking at that New York location, that date maybe in June, and hopefully wish you the best.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.